thing I wanted to mention, though, is when I visited you at your office.
Yeah.
It was the day after the Brexit.
Was it? Was it? It was the day after the referendum, was it?
Yeah, the day after.
Yeah.
You know that in Quebec we're expert in referendum.
Yes.
We had 2 of them.
Yes.
So, but it was a no, not a yes.
Yeah.
And I visited you and other people and other businessmen that day. And in fact, you were quite cool about that.
I think, the word is sanguine. Yes.
No, but you were relaxed and cool about everything that is there. The M&A activity in Canada, of course, Canada is strong in finance and in resources. So that activities remains strong across Canada. But one thing that is, few things are interesting those days in Canada. Canada will be the first G8 country to legalize the recreational marijuana.
Wow.
This is, yes, quite impressive. We had a new Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, who is the son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau.
I remember him.
A liberal, a very open-minded person. And so it was on his electoral platform to legalize marijuana. So we'll be the first G8 country, July 1st. Personally, I was not really involved in those, because before that we have the medicinal.
Yeah.
Didn't have any client in this, but in the late 2017 and now the beginning of 2018, M&A activity. We had huge deals, like $1 billion deals out West Canada.
Really?
M&A. Also, there are IPOs. We have now, I don't know, maybe in Canada 30, 40 companies, public companies in that field. It seems that every greenhouse in Canada is turning into marijuana.
Who's going to smoke all this stuff?
Apparently the demand,
you're not allowed to export it. I mean.
Apparently the demand will be gigantic.
Right, really.
Gigantic. And all the G8 countries are looking at us because we're the first to do
It's
that.
a huge source of revenue, I believe.
For the government,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be great. It'll be great. So there is this. Then there is the blockchain technology. For blockchain technology, I will not try to explain what it is.
Good, thank you.
I think I have an idea. And this also, companies, unbelievable activity concerning blockchain. And I think it will change a lot of things. And thirdly,
you've got an ICO, initial coin offering?
Yes.
ICO instead of IPO, I like that.
Yes. So you have the blockchain technology that support Bitcoins and the coins technology. This is something else. So we call it the cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies that are issued, funny enough, they are not recognized by our Securities Commission, but it exists. So it's there. And
you can't ignore it.
We have clients coming to us to do that type of things. We're talking to the regulatory authorities. And it's like 3 domains that did not exist 18 months ago.
Just new business, Used to be finance and resort.
We're not looking for it. We're not. They came to us.
Yeah, good. Forward-looking firm. I need a law firm to help me with my legalized cannabis. I know just the firm.
It's a deal, but the fact is, a deal is a deal.
A deal is a deal. You're right,
it's
absolutely
a joint
right.
venture. It's
I'm sorry to report that M&A activity in the UK and Europe, although very prosperous, is not as exciting as that. So 2017 was for the UK was not as good as 2016. That's nothing to do with Brexit. That is because 2016 was a record year. 2017 was nevertheless a very good year. It was the 3rd best for M&A activity in the history of the UK. So, a good year by any standards. For Europe, 2017, according to PitchBook, which is one of the big surveys, as you know, they said European activity, especially cross-border, was 13.2% up in 2017 compared to 2016. So one of the questions is, what is 2018 going to be like? You know, who can predict? But all we can say
is, if we look at the market, sorry to interrupt.
You look at the pipeline and reported deals. You look at the fact, at least for sterling rates remain low, interest rates remain low, which means that the inward activity and the inward purchases from foreign companies looking at the UK as a target area, it's going to remain good. I mean, sterling's not going to go through the roof anytime soon. Interest rates will edge up, but only by 0.25%. Yeah. So I think 2018 will be fine. And I think the whole uncertainty around Brexit has kind of been absorbed by the market, and an example of that is Citibank's announcement last week. Citibank, one of the biggest, if not the biggest bank in the world, has 9,000 employees in London, and they announced, we are keeping all our staff in London, all 9,000, whatever the result of Brexit. We'll invest a bit more in Europe, but 9,000 people are staying in London. And I think the rest of the market, I mean, there are a few exceptions where people need to be, you know, elsewhere. But I think the financial services sector, which is so important for the UK, looks pretty safe to me.